Welcome to Sheikh Hamdan's official channel, where truth, healing, and poetry blend into one voice. Today's video holds the weight of silence that has long lingered in the background. For the first time, I share a deeply personal story. This video is about my divorce. Not rumors, not whispered assumptions, but my truth. I owe it to those who have followed my journey with loyalty and sincerity. I speak not as a prince, but as a man who loved, lost, and learned. There comes a point in a man's life when silence becomes heavier than words. I carried the silence of this separation for far too long, believing that dignity meant withholding emotion. But what is dignity if it leaves the heart unheard? This video is not meant to expose anyone or blame, but rather to show that even within palaces, hearts can break. Even behind royal smiles, tears can fall silently. My story is not to be glorified, it's to be understood. Love, when it first arrived, was nothing short of poetry. She was beauty in motion, grace in every glance. We had dreams that felt bigger than the sky, promises whispered in the quiet of the night. I believed we were invincible. But even the strongest castles can collapse if the foundation cracks. Our love was real, but it wasn't enough to survive the storms that came disguised as misunderstandings and unmet expectations. People often ask what happened. How could two people so visibly in love fall apart? The answer isn't as loud as betrayal or scandal, it's quieter, and that makes it more painful. We grew apart. Slowly. Silently. Like the setting sun that fades before you even realize the night has come. We tried, many times. For the sake of our memories, our families, our shared legacy. But trying doesn't always equal saving. There were nights when I stared at the moon and wished it could talk. I wished it could tell her how deeply I missed her even as we lived under the same roof but worlds apart. Divorce isn't just paperwork, it's watching the echo of someone's laughter fade from your soul. It's waking up and not smelling her favorite perfume. It's listening to your heart ask why, again and again, with no reply. This video is for those who think men don't cry. I did. Not once, but countless times. In silence. In prayer. In poems that I never published. I cried not because I was weak, but because I was strong enough to feel every ounce of that loss. My pain was not a secret, it was a seed, and today it blooms into this confession. I want you to know that even in royalty, humanity lives. She will always hold a part of my heart. That much is undeniable. You do not forget someone you once imagined eternity with. You do not unlove someone just because they are gone. The pain doesn't erase the beauty. We had good days, magical days. And if I had the power to rewind time, I'd still choose those memories. Even knowing how it ended, I'd love again. Differently, but still deeply. My family stood by me, and for that I'm grateful. My father reminded me of strength, my sisters of wisdom, and my mother of softness. But no one could truly carry the weight except me. Divorce in the public eye is a different kind of storm. Everyone has an opinion, but only a few have empathy. Today, I don't need validation, I only ask for understanding. To the woman I divorced, if these words ever reach you, know this. I never stop wishing you well. Our journey may have ended, but I hope your next chapter is full of light. You deserve peace, and I hope you find it in arms that never let you feel unseen. Our love may have expired, but my respect for you did not. I honor what we were, even if we couldn't become what we hoped. To those going through similar pain, please don't feel ashamed. Divorce is not failure, it's honesty. It's choosing truth over pretension. Sometimes loving someone also means letting them go. Sometimes survival means surrender. And that's okay. You are not broken. You are simply becoming someone new. I found myself in solitude. I wrote more poems, spent longer hours by the sea, and discovered corners of my soul I had never met. I realized love begins within, and until we master that, we will always be searching. Divorce did not define me, it refined me. It peeled away the layers that weren't truly mine, and introduced me to the man I was meant to be. Healing is not instant. It's not glamorous. It's messy and full of relapses. But with every step, I felt more whole. And now, I use that wholeness to speak to you, not as a royal, but as a brother in heartbreak. If this video can ease even one soul, then my pain has found its purpose. This video is about my divorce. But more importantly, it's about truth. It's about growth. It's about courage. It's about the choice to share what was once hidden behind palace gates. I thank you for listening, and I welcome you to continue this journey with me, where love still lives, where healing is honored, and where truth is finally free. I remember the final conversation we had before everything fell silent between us. It wasn't loud. There was no shouting, no accusations flying across the room. Just two souls too tired to fight, sitting across from each other, knowing the chapter had closed itself. Her eyes no longer lit up when she looked at me, and mine carried a fatigue too deep to hide. That moment lives in me like a quiet storm, still, yet powerful. A goodbye without words. A farewell soaked in acceptance. That's when I knew love had turned into memory. After the divorce, I found myself walking aimlessly through the vast corridors of my heart, searching for pieces I had given away. Everywhere I turned, she lingered, in my poetry, in the scent of jasmine that filled my study, in the half-read books on the shelf we once shared. The absence screamed louder than presence ever did. I was surrounded by people, yet solitude followed me like a loyal shadow. In that space, I began to understand pain not as punishment, but as a passage. So many have questioned me. Why didn't you fight harder? Why didn't you hold on? And the truth is, I did. I fought in silence. I held on until my fingers bled. But love is not a battlefield, it's a dance. If one partner stops moving, the rhythm dies. And we had stopped dancing a long time ago.